Listen to this quote from a book. What 99% of traders do not realize is that they're looking for the answers in the wrong places. Knowledge of technicals, fundamentals, indicators, ratio, patterns, trend lines, well, everyone knows about them and everyone still loses, except the 1%. What do the 1% do that the 99% is not doing? Think about that. If everyone's trading at SMC, everybody's trading trend lines, everybody's trading support and resistance, everybody's trading with the trend, everybody's trading with the binary destroyer, but yet only 1% are successful. What is the difference? What are they doing that the 99% are not doing? Well, in today's video, I'm going to tell you. Let me read to you another quote. The true measure of your growth as a human being is not what you know, but rather what you do with what you know. That's a bit of a tongue twizzler. But let's actually understand that quote. It's not what you know. As a trader or as a beginner, if you're not successful, your first thought process is, I need to learn something new. There is something that I haven't learned yet. Or there is a strategy I haven't discovered yet. As a trader, if you're not successful, your first thought process is, okay, right, obviously I'm a beginner, I need to learn a different way, or I need to learn a more in-depth way of the markets, or I need to learn a new strategy. Everything. It's not what you don't know, okay? It's what you do with what you know. The answer to being successful is you. It always has been you, and it always will be you. You have everything already. If you understand the basics of the charts, trend lines, support and resistance, everything like that, that is all you need. The missing link to what the 1% do that the 99% don't do is they understand that quote there. They understand that everything is already in your head. You just need to rewire your brain and your thought process to become a trader. A very good example of this, and I'm using this as my friend. I don't know if you'll watch this video. It'll help me if I do. My friend has been telling me for the past 2 years he wants to get into trading. Every couple of months he will go, oh, Jamie, I want to get into trading. I want to be a successful trader. And my simple answer is, you're never going to be a full-time trader. You're never going to be it. And he says, why not? And I said, because you've been telling me this for 2 years. Where are you? Why have you not started yet? Why have you not already there? If I want to do something, right, I think, you know what, I want to get into property. Before I've even said that sentence, I'm already on YouTube or searching about it. You've been telling me the exact same thing for 2 years, and yet you've done nothing about it. And he goes, yeah, well, I've been really busy with my life. That's no excuse, right? I'm not saying you don't need to pay bills. Not saying you don't need a day job, but you have one life. So you need to prioritize what you want from this life. What do you genuinely want to achieve from it? If you want to be a full-time trader, you've already done it. You won't be telling me the exact same thing every day for 2 years. And then his answer was to me, well, I don't know where to start, Jamie. I said, you're never going to be a full-time trader like that. In the 2 minutes we've had this conversation, you've given me 2 excuses. You've just keep telling these excuses to yourself. I don't have time and I don't know where to start. Well, okay, you keep telling those excuses to yourself because all you're doing is manifesting negative vibes on yourself, right? If you want to be successful and you want to be a full-time trader, you would have already started. You've already done the search on Google and go, right, okay, where do I need to start? Where is my, where's my journey going to start? And that's the missing link. It is you, right? Your number one best friend in this world is you. I said this in my last video, okay? You know everything about yourself. You know what upsets you. You know what makes you happy. You know your weaknesses. You know your strengths. You know your darkest thoughts, your happiest memories. You know everything about yourself. But if you're constantly lying to yourself and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you never do it, what's the point? How can you possibly say, I'm going to be a full-time trader in 2024, and you don't do it? You just, how can you possibly believe that sentence that you say to yourself? You don't. I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow, right? And you don't do it. So when you say, I'm going to go gym tomorrow, how do you believe that sentence? You don't, because you know you didn't get out of bed yesterday or the day before that. And that's why I want 2024 to be your year. I want you to say, that is it. I'm going to be a full-time trader. I've had enough of watching what everyone else does. It's all about me understanding my flaws as a trader and improving them, okay? Because the secret is you. So what we're doing in today's video is I'm going to do some simulating. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to be successful. So before we do that, let's go over to the charts. Let me show you some of my trades today, okay? And again, very simple. All I've done today is trade the Mogwai reversal strategy, okay? So today's time is Monday, 11:34, okay? And if I go to the Mogwai reversal strategy, a lot of traders close 60% of the trade, 7 pips in profit. So this is my trading session today. We're going to break down every single trade, okay? GPJPY, USD CAD, a loss on USD CHF, and a buy on USD JPY. Let's start off with GPJPY, okay? So same again, let's go to GPJPY, okay? Again, I took this trade on Friday, okay? And I actually held it all the way until the first thing Monday morning. Well, first thing this morning, hence why I made a lot of profit with it, okay? Because I played the game on this one, okay? So this was NFP on Friday. And what we had, same again, Mogwai reversal strategy, doesn't need to be complicated. What's complicated is you making it, okay? So what we have here is we have an uptrend, we have a pullback, okay? We have the MACD crossed over, signifying pullback. I enter the trade as soon as that TCA line turns red, okay? Turns green, okay? Nice trade with the trend. If I zoom out here, it is the first pullback. It is the first pullback in an uptrend, okay? I'm giving myself the best possible chance of winning this trade, okay? I always take the first pullback. It looks a clean pullback. Look at it, it's clean. Nice, clean pullback. And what happened? I just rode it all the way up again. Look at this here, right? Look how far it went up, okay? All the way up here. There you go there. That's not complicated, right? That's simple, basic trading. The hardest part is actually doing this. So that was USD JPY. Let me show you another one. Okay, USD CAD. Okay, USD CAD, I took this morning with the BD members. Look, as you can see here. USD CAD, thank you. Maybe you don't owe me a pint email. What a beautiful, nice start to the day. So that was USD CAD this morning. Okay, same again. Let's look at USD CAD. What's the difference between USD CAD and GPJPY? Let's have a look. And the simple answer is there's absolutely no difference. It's the exact same setup. Look at this. First pullback, and it's a nice clean pullback. Nice clean pullback. It's not messy, right? MACD's gone overboard. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice little 1 to 2. Start my trading session off. That was at 7 a.m. Just an hour before London Open. There you go there. So before 8 a.m., I've already made 2% just on USD CAD. Beautiful, right? Let's look at the next one. If I scroll down here, let's look at the next one. So USD CHF, this was a loss, okay? This was a loss, okay? USD CHF, let's look at this one. So let's look at this one here. Now this was actually my fault. This is because I got greedy. This was nothing to do with the actual trading. This was because I got very cocky, right? And a hands up, everybody does it in trading. Okay, because we're dealing with money, it's a lot to do with emotion, right? And it doesn't matter if you've been trading for 1 week or 10 years, right? In trading, you'll always have that period where you get a bit greedy and etc. Today was that, okay? Because like I said, I'd made a hell of a lot of money on GPJPY. USD CAD was a perfect setup, so I'm thinking, right, I'm on a roll now. Watch this, USD CHF. So again, MACD, trend down, pullback. Now, it actually, when I entered this trade here, it actually touched the EMA, which for me becomes instantly invalid, right? I'm not going to take the trade, Okay, obviously I took the trade, I broke my own rules, I got punished for it. But look at the difference, right? Look at the difference in the first pullback. It did eventually win, but you know, mistakes happen. I own up to my responsibilities. It's not the strategy's fault. It's not the binary destroyer's fault. It's not my dog's fault. It's my fault. Okay, owning up to your responsibilities, my fault. Okay, lesson learned. I paid the price, I lost the trade. It would have been worse if I actually won this trade, because if I won this trade, you don't learn anything as a trader. If you break your own rules, right, or you don't follow the rules of a strategy and you win the trade, psychologically, you haven't been punished for it. You've been rewarded for it, which is a bad thought process. Very, very bad, because your natural instinct going forward is, okay, I took a trade that didn't meet the rules, but I won the trade. So if you won a trade that didn't meet the rules, where's the discipline in that? You haven't, right? That's why sometimes you need me over your shoulder, bang, giving you a slap round the face saying you messed up here, own up to it, okay? In fact, if you win a trade and it don't meet the rules, you should send me the money, right? As a way of being punished. That'd be nice. And then I could donate it to charity. Anyway, the last one here, USDJPY. I'm actually still in USDJPY, okay? Same again, what are you expecting? A very clean pullback. Did we get that? Of course we got that. Look, uptrend. Again, it's the first pullback. Nice, clean uptrend. Look here, right? Uptrend, pullback. MACD went oversold. Now again, okay, price has gone sideways since then. I'm actually still in the trade. And again, this comes down to experience. I say this to a lot of people, right? Because I had an argument with a guy who trades SMC, and he said, I said, how's SMC doing for you? You know, he's successful with it. He said, no, I've been learning SMC for 2 years, but I've definitely improved as a trader. I said, well, that argument doesn't make sense, because if you spent 2 years learning support and resistance, you'd be better than when you first started, right? So that theory doesn't work, right? If you spent 2 years trading the binary destroyer, you'd be better than when you first started, okay? And this is what I'm trying to say to you. The question is, if you're not successful after 2 years, what are you doing wrong? Because it's not the strategy, not SMC or whatever it is, it's you understanding your flaws. And the first thing to do is own up to your responsibilities. Like I use my friend as an example. He's coming out of all these excuses. I haven't got time, or I don't know where to start. Okay, you keep telling yourself that. You manifest that life that you have, because that's not me, right? I don't say that to myself. I go, how do I start? Right, okay, easy place to start, Google, whatever, okay? So anyway, back to this trade. So this trade here, I closed off at a 1-to-1, right? In fact, what I did, there's a member, I think it was here. Is this USDJPY? Yeah, so this member's here has done exactly what I have done now, okay? Closed 60% off at the trade, 7 pips profit. So what I actually did was pretty much exactly this. I had a same stop loss. So what I did, as soon as the trade went to a 1-to-1, okay, which was just here, I closed off 60%. I actually closed off 90% of the trade. I closed off 90% and I've still got 10% open. I've moved my stop loss down up slightly. So now I'm in a risk-free trade. This is just experience. This is the difference between taking one Mogwai reversal trade or taking 1,000 Mogwai reversal trades. Because by the time you've took 1,000 Mogwai reversal trades, okay, you'll be pretty damn good at it, okay? And that just comes from experience, right? It's just, okay, I've closed the trade off at a 1-to-1. I've already hit my target for the day. So whatever happens now, I'm either going to make more money or I'm being stopped out of break even. That's fine, okay? So that is my trading session for today. Nothing complicated, nothing hard about it. It's just basically Mogwai reversal with the trend. That is it, okay? If you have a look at the Renko group, a lot of people are trading Renko this morning. Nice bit of diversions here. Same again, very, very simple trading. I'll try and find you some setups here. So same again, this BD member's using the Mogwai arrows with Renko. Again, nothing complicated. Let's just look at this one here. So see how the MACD goes overbought. MACD, Mogwai signal, sell with the trend. In fact, I'll show you one. Where is it here? I'll try and find you this one here. I mean, that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. But I'm trying to find you, if I can, hold on here. Let me go to photos here. 1%. I think it might be, I can't remember. Anyway, I was trying to find an example of a guy that was saying, what I made 1% here, I made 2% here, I lost 1% here. But as you can see here, very clean Renko Mogwai strategy. Nothing complicated, nothing confusing about it. It's just taking a strategy and then going with it, building the confidence with it, you know, working out where you're going wrong, your strengths and weaknesses, and improving yourself. And every single day, the more trades you take, the better you become, right? So I'm going to give you a top tip now on how to improve your trading. So what I want you to do over Christmas and New Year is to do exactly this. I want you to go to fxlearning.com, my website. I want you to go to partnership. I want you to go to soft4 FX simulator, and I want you to download either the free version or paid version of this simulator. The free version allows you to simulate, but you can't place trades. The paid version allows you to simulate and place trades. And what I want you to do is I want you to simulate pure price action. Start to understand what you're seeing on the charts. Start to understand trends, support and resistance, pullbacks, higher highs, higher lows. Because I have so many webinars with you lot, and you focus so much on the strategy, you don't actually learn anything else. Like literally, you have no clue about anything else apart from the strategy, which you can't do anyway because you're not patient or you're not disciplined, right? You don't know where to put your stop losses. You don't know where to put your take profit. You don't know how to manage trades. You don't know how to, understand when a currency pair is trending. There's so many people, right? If I say, what is this chart doing? Is it in an uptrend or downtrend? And so many people are like, I don't know. It's like, my God, it's simple, basic stuff. Trend lines, support and resistance, trends, pullbacks, higher highs, high and low. Basic stuff. Start to put structure in your trading. Right, what can I see? Which way is this currency pair headed? It's an uptrend. So I want to buy that uptrend. Let me load up my strategy. Where am I putting my stop loss? Where am I putting my take profit? How do I manage that trade? Do everything here right now. Okay, forget the strategy part, okay, because it's not this. That's not the answer. It's not the 1% of why they're successful. It's because they have structure. They're disciplined traders, right? They know exactly what they're doing at any given time. And that's the key. Confidence in your trading ability. And that starts here, not learning a strategy. Because so many people learn a strategy and they're like, Jamie, I don't know what a trend is. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do exactly that, okay? Now I'm going to do this on the 1 minute and 15 minute charts. What I want you to do is exactly this. I say this a lot to my BD members. I have challenges with my BD members, and I say, I want you to take 10 trades, 10 price action trades. And if you get 7 right and 3 wrong, you're doing good. Now do that 3 times, okay? If you can do that 3 times to make money, then why can't you do that with a funded account? Why can't you do that? It's your confidence, your trading ability. That is all, okay? So I'm going to add the 1 minute and 15 minute charts. I'm not going to do 10 trades because, this video is going on for long. I will do 3 trades and hopefully we get this right. Now, I can't tell you the amount of hours I have spent doing this. I spent hours doing exactly this, okay? So again, pure price action, right? And see how I analyze my trades really quick. See how I analyze my trades really, really quick. And like I said, right? If you've been trading support and resistance for 1 week and you've been trading support and resistance for 7 years, right? You're obviously going to be very much better than when you first started. Watch this, okay? So on the 15-minute charts, I've identified 3 levels, okay? Here, and I've identified a level here on the 15-minute charts. At the minute, price is going into a downtrend. Look at this, lower low, lower high, pull back like this here. Okay, so at the minute I'm looking for sales, or I might buy from here. We'll see what happens, right? I'm looking to see what the 1 minute does, okay? Because at the 1 minute, at the minute is in a downtrend. Look at this, trend down, pull back, resistance. And who says resistance doesn't work? That one clearly works. Okay, trend down, pull back. Look, there's another resistance. That one clearly works as well. If I sold there or I sold here, both of them won. Okay, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, or lower lows, lower highs. Okay, see that? So what I'm looking for is clearly a break of this level here. That's the low in the market. That's the high in the market. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, again, it's just simple, basic. Oh, I've lost that. Where's that gone? There we go there. It's just simple, basic trading, guys. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up just a little bit. There we go. There we just, are we going to come back up? You know what? I'm going to take a sell just here. You know, I am going to take a sell. I mean, very risky trade, but look at that, right? Look at that. See how that is a break and retouch? Look at that. Lower low, previous low, okay? It's going into a downtrend, right? Lower low. Now, what's interesting as well, and the reason why I'm also taking it is looking at 15-minute charts, there is no area of resistance here. There's nothing to say that people are going to buy this market. People will buy probably at the bottom here. Well, that would make sense because it's happened before. But at the minute, we're clean running. So I'm going to take a sell just here. I'm going to go for 5 pip stop loss, 15 pip take profit, 1 to 3. Okay, so 5 pip stop loss, 15 pip take profit. Okay, see how quickly, right? So I'm going to see if I win this trade. What I want to see is I want to see that low being broken. Let's see if that low gets broken. Don't stop me out. Don't stop me out because I'll re-enter again. Okay. Okay, so we're currently, I want to see that low being broken. Okay, it looks like we're coming down. Let me do it a little bit faster. Nice. Okay, nice. Now, because we've broken that low now, I'm expecting a pullback to happen. That's normal. I'm not going to panic if price starts pulling back. Okay, see how price is pulling back now? That's normal. We've created that low just there. See how I've created that lower low just here? Right? I'm not panicking that price is pulling back. I'm not looking at my profits going, oh no, my profits are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I'm analysing what I'm seeing. There's the previous high. That's the previous low. This is the lower low. At the minute, we're still good. Okay, I'm expecting this to be a pullback and price to drop again. Okay, just going to mark it up here. There is the previous low. So same again. Funny enough, how this area of resistance wins again. Look at that. Lower low, pullback, previous low. Oh, nice. Win the trade. That's annoying. Come on. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And again, same again. If I keep marking up, see how we have a trend down, pullback, trend down, pullback, trend down, pullback. Simple. We've just made 3%. Let's see if I can do 3-0. Okay, let's see if I can do 3-0. Okay, so, okay, price is going to bounce off this support line. I'm pretty sure it's going to bounce off this support line. Now, what would give me the confidence, think about this now, what would be give me the confidence to want to buy from this support line? Would I just want to buy from this support line? No. Why would I want to do that? Because price is still in a downtrend on the 1 minute because it's doing lower low, lower high. So what I want to see is, first of all, I want to see a green candle over here on the 15. I want to see a 15-minute green candle. Okay, is that the 15-minute green candle? Come on. Yes. Now, look what happened. Now it looks like we're going into an uptrend. All the previous highs and lows have been broken. So what am I expecting now is price to come back, perhaps come down to this level here, maybe this previous high. Okay, because what you've actually got on the 15-minute charts now is this lower low like this here, all the way up. So I'm expecting a pullback to happen. That would be nice. A nice pullback, yeah? Okay, let's see if we get that, and then we'll buy the trend. If you want to start adding indicators at this point, perhaps add a 50 moving average or whatever, you know, just something to help you guide that trend. You know, let's add a 50 moving average, okay? Okay, see how we're now above the moving average? Below the moving average, downtrend. Above the moving average, uptrend. What we can add as well is we can add a stochastics, right? Let's add a stochastics, confirm pullbacks, because stochastics are incredible for identifying pullbacks. Look at this, downtrend, because we're below the moving average, right? Look at that. We cross over on the stochastics, it confirms the pullback, we ride the trend down. So maybe, let's see if the stochastics goes oversold on this occasion. Let's see if it happens, right? Hopefully it happens. Here we go here. Beautiful. Watch this. Look. Look. Watch this. Where's that stochastics goes over? Come on. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to buy this here. I'm going to buy this here. And the reason being is because of like that previous high just there. See that? Previous high, previous low. Well, basically what we've had here is we've had a double bottom pattern. Look at that here. See that? Right, there's the previous high. This is the previous low. New high, new low. Retouch the previous structure, yeah? Okay, obviously, maybe if I had the moving average and stochastics, this would become invalid. But, you know, I've gone from teaching you price action now to now going back, to, you know, using a strategy. So let's go back to here. I'm going to buy the market again here because we've created that higher high. I'm going to put my stop loss out of the way just to allow any manipulation, okay? Allow any manipulation. Let's go for a, I don't know, 24 pip take profit, 1 to 2. Let's see if we win this trade. Okay, now, if this is going to go into an uptrend, what am I expecting? I'm expecting this high to be broken, yeah? Logical sense, okay? If it's going into an uptrend, I would expect here to be higher than here, and it is. It is higher. This is higher. So now I'm expecting to break this high here. That would be nice, okay? Are we going to get that? Okay, let's see what happens here. I'll make it a little bit faster, okay? Oh, that's annoying. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Now, let's go to the 1 minute time frame. Let's ignore the 15. Let's see if I can do this exact same on the 1 minute. Okay, so we're going into an uptrend. We're going into an uptrend. Again, look at it. Look at price. Uptrend, pullback. Uptrend, pullback. Uptrend, pullback. So the moment we start slowing down, the moment we start creating, you know, how do I rephrase this without being complicated? Look at the gap between the high and this high here. See how much of a high it is. It's gone up massively since the previous high. Now look at this high here. See how it's only slightly higher than the previous high? Tells me that the momentum is slowing down, right? I'm pretty confident there is a resistance area on the 15-minute charts. I'm not going to do that, but what's happening now is what I would expect is a lower low to happen. If we're struggling to make higher highs, I would expect in the back of my mind a lower low, okay? Okay, now we go into an uptrend, okay? Okay, so now we're still in an uptrend. Okay, now perhaps we're going to create a double top pattern, perhaps. Okay, here we go here. There we go there. Looks like it's struggling now. Look, uptrend, pullback. Uptrend, pullback. It looks like we're struggling. Mate, we're going to go a lower low. Okay, if we're going to make a lower low, I need a lower high to confirm a downtrend. Okay, so then we come down here. So this is now the lower low. Yeah, there's the previous low. There's the previous high. So I want to see a lower high now. How do I confirm a lower high? By the lower low being broken. Okay, simple, basic stuff. And so many people don't understand it. Now we've broken that lower low. Now I'm looking for a sell. Watch this here, right? We've just touched that just there. See how we've just done a break and retouch of this level just there? I've confirmed we are going into a downtrend. Lower low, previous low before that one, previous high. It is going down. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, boom. Just to allow any breathing space, because my entry point is going to have to be perfect, but it won't be. Okay, because like I said, no one's going to be perfect, right? I'm going to put my stop loss out of the way. I'm going to put my stop loss up there. Allow that breathing space, okay? We know we don't need to be perfect every time. So I'm going to put a 10 pip stop loss on this one. Let's go with a 20 pip take profit, a 1 to 2, okay? We'll do this bar by bar. Okay, so price comes down, retouches this level. In the back of my mind, it's okay. We've created that lower low, so we're fine. Okay, so I'm looking for this low to be broken here. Okay, it has been broken. Beautiful. Okay, so again, I'm going to mark this up like this here. Okay, I'm going to mark this up like this here. Do I want to take partials now? Do I want to take 50% off the trade? Do I want to take 60%? Do I want to move my stop loss down to break even? Let's move my, I don't know how you move your stop loss to break even. Let's move it to break even. So trades, auto break even. Let's do that when order goes to 10 pips. Move SL to 5 pip take profit. Done. I don't know if that works. We'll see what happens. Okay. So, there we go there. Now, look what happened. It's moved my stop loss to break even. I'm in a risk. Oh, it's actually moved it 5 pips. I'm in a risk-free trade. I'm in a risk-free trade. Am I going to go and hit my 20 pip take profit? Let's see what happens, right? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That is it. 3-0, 7.5% made. I want everybody to do this. Everybody. Get this right now. This will help you massively. See how I'm doing. Playing the game, the structure. Looking at my stop loss. Where's my take profit? Managing the trades. What can I actually see? Is this an uptrend? Is this a downtrend? Right? Get this right here and become the 1%. So, I hope you enjoyed that. My name is Jamie Palmer. If you have any questions, drop me an email, thebinarydestroyer@gmail.com.